Good morning, I'm Dr. Kemi Amalulu Lawyer. My name is Dr. Kemi Amalulu Lawyer. This is a special broadcast for me. I'm a retired clinical pharmacist. Because I'm investigating and I'm an investigative journalist.
Your father says such as support. Okay, much experience book.
The DM is powerful. Remember when Obama replied me in the DM? A broadcast and investigative journalist. An investigative journalist and broadcast. You guys think that Eddie Freeze is going crazy on his live, right? I missed all that. When I was in Toronto and I was a police volunteer and a PR specialist, I'm also a community activist and gun violence advocate. I'm a journalist. Just Lover is a wannabe blogger. I am making this video for Tobechukwu Victor Oko, also known as Peruzzi, because I'm investigating and I'm an investigative journalist.
Do you believe the allegations of her getting locked up?
So
and detained.
I do. So and then she so that happened. Now, obviously, as the band, you get an allegation like that, either you did it or not, you have to react.
Yeah. And
I think in the beginning stages he kind of kept quiet. And he probably thought this is something that's just gonna die down.
Yeah.
But then he started to gather steam. So his first response was to reach out with 100 million lawsuits. And it's I try to study people's reactions when they're accused of something, and in reaching out with 100 million lawsuit, you can it's a legitimate lawsuit to say, hey,
you're trying to damage my reputation.
Is it called libel or whatever? There's a word for it, but you're trying to damage my reputation. But then in a country like Nigeria, that girl doesn't have 100 million, so we know it's also an easy scare tactic.
Yeah,
and we saw this thing with Timi Dakola and his wife.
Yeah.
Intimidating tactics. So I'm like, okay, cool. You're entitled to do that. Then we hear she goes missing. Her lawyers can't reach her.
Yeah.
And the next step is, okay, what's going on? Then she comes out on the Twitter page, deletes every single tweet she's tweeted.
It made no sense.
And only tweets that the band never did anything to her. And then goes ahead to promote his new song that even he on his page has not promoted. So it's like, and people that follow her say this is a girl who's never said anything about the band. So why is she all of a sudden coming out? And then her lawyers then came out and said, nah, she was arrested, obviously. So, but the part where I believe is she then came out with her statement.
Yeah.
To say, yep, I was arrested. It wasn't my mother and I, but it was me. And I was arrested and I was kept in jail. So now, at that point, the band has lost all sort of credibility to me because, I got mad when those girls who accused the video of impregnating them, when the video came out of them in handcuffs. And I said, why?
Yeah.
So they accused you of impregnating them. They were chasing clouds, but
we talked about it last week.
Does he deserve them to be in handcuffs?
It's that big manism culture.
That big manism culture. So there's no way I'll stand for the band then locking someone, even if he's innocent. And then he needs a PR team because he's going online posting videos of him dancing and singing.
Can you believe that shit?
Only God fearing. A one, a two, a three, go. Some people they want make her cry. Some people they pray make her die. Why? Oh my God.
And saying enemies.
He's not taking this shit seriously.
They're not taking it serious.
It's been picked up
now. It's been picked up
by the international media.
Yeah, international media.
Wait, sorry, Onyade, you said what?
He's posting that kind of content right now.
I think they said he deleted it after, but he posted it. I saw the video. I shared the video.
Yeah,
he posted a video of him dancing to Olorun Maje and saying that some people, the lyrics is some people want to try me down, some people want to bring me down,
like Michael Jackson.
And they were saying, they're trying to get him, and it's like, bro, I tell you something. First of all, as much as I appreciate your nostalgia with your, when I saw his 40th birthday and I saw him at Don Jazzy, it was nice to see.
It was nice.
But you understand that, first of all, you're not current right now. So no one really has any, like if this was a Davido or Whiskey, some people might still want to defend him more. Yeah. But no one really has that. Then secondly, the girl has gotten people of power to start backing her, women of power.
Yes.
So your 100 million lawsuit is nothing anymore.
Yeah, the Guardian picked it up. They're like, Nigerian pop star.
Then now you're having international media. You call yourself a UN ambassador of peace.
Screwed.
UN has come out to say, nah, you're not an ambassador.
Yeah.
So now you're screwed because and then it's social media age. This is 2020. This is not 2010. Girls have been, guys have been sharing links of all his endorsement deals and their contact details, spamming them with message. In this Me Too cancel culture,
He fucked up.
You fucked up.
Oh, he fucked
and
up.
you think you thought you were dealing with just Nigerians in Nigeria, but nah, you fucked up because your music is not bringing you bread.
There's an
so now they're
international
coming for your
community
bread.
now that and there's a huge strong online presence. And
Exactly, they will go after you, especially an artist that is not on the top of his game right now.
Did you see do you know Kemi Olulonyo?
No, that lady, that washed up lady.
She came out and she's
another washed up person.
Yeah, she came out. Oh yeah, I don't know if you heard, but this lady, she calls herself a journalist.
She investigative journalist.
She always.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Kemi Omalulu.
She always comes out with all this.
Calls herself
Yeah, you know, she got
journalist.
this her. Hi, my name is Kenny Olo, you know.
This is a special broadcast for me. I'm a retired clinical pharmacist, a broadcast and investigative journalist, and a PR specialist. I'm also a community activist and gun violence advocate, an investigative journalist and broadcast, a community activist, and a PR specialist.
Reporting live from Ibadan as an investigative journalist.
I'm a journalist. Just Lover is a wannabe blogger because I'm investigating and I'm an investigative journalist.
She has this American accent, but the rumor is that she was deported like
from Canada or something.
Years ago, like a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
And she's in Ibadan, giving them reporting live from Ibadan.
When I was in Toronto and I was a police volunteer,
Like,
like, shut the and then Nigerians like, oh my god, I love your accent. You speak so well. I'm like, nah, she sound country, man.
What? Oh, hell no.
But she calls herself an investigative journalist.
An investigative journalist and broadcast. The DM is powerful. Remember when Obama replied me in the DM?
Now, the thing about Kemi Olunyo or whatever her name is, how you pronounce it.
I'm Dr. Kemi Omalulu.
I was telling somebody that she's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
And when I say she's a hit or miss, people send her gossip. So sometimes when she comes up with like a gossip, like somebody has a child somewhere, somebody's relationship is broken, sometimes they're true because it gets sent to them by people close to them.
Because I'm investigating and I'm an investigative journalist.
But then a lot of times she misses too.
Yeah,
you know,
and she missed with this one. So let me read her tweet. She goes breaking thread. Shenyito, which is the rape accuser of I Am Dibanj. I'm going to ask at Stand to End Rape, which is I guess this group that it's a big group. It's a youth-led movement group that basically calls out people that might have raped, and they're very, very big on rape victims. But basically, she said that she's going to ask them and her legal team questions. I have not been able to find a visible income for her yet. Yet she jet sets around the world in different hotels and resorts. So basically, she's trying to shame this girl.
But that's the thing is, the reason she put out that tweet is because her first set of tweets were trying to say this was fake, that this was propaganda.
So she had another tweet before that.
Propaganda by one of the band's ex-grunted employee who put this together and told her to come and tweet about this, that he's the one who tweeted about the story and it's fake and nothing ever happened.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So she came out with all that. So people then started telling her like, you just shut the fuck up. And I guess when she realized that what she was saying didn't hold weight, of course, what's the next thing to do? Go after her source of income to try and give people a reason to start thinking that, well, maybe she's a runs girl. Yeah. And even if she's a prostitute, which you're trying to imply, it still doesn't matter that a prostitute was in her room, which is not, by herself and wakes up to the band fingering her.
Yeah.
That is not accepted, regardless of if you think she's a runs girl or not.
So, as a remember, I told you I feel like I didn't really do a good enough job. The details of, remember when I first saw the story, I ignored it. When I actually read it, this stuff is actually really gruesome, and it's gruesome.
Do you guys have it? Like, do you have it now?
Those tweets are, you have to go dig it up because they obviously did it, but
they deleted it.
But I remember it, and I remember, you can remember one of the group chats we had when I came and I was like, nah, man, the band messed up this time, because it's like I usually also just look at things on the surface, but for whatever reason, in this case, I was like, you know what, let me read it.
Yeah, and there was something about this. I read it. It wasn't random.
It was very detailed. It wasn't random. Very detailed. Yeah.
The day, the hotel,
and like I said, a lot of
exactly
things.
how it
Like
happened.
I said, there was some.
And then she even posted like a thread with her friend.
Yes,
where she had talked about it.
Yeah, and then she even
Like, she
posted
had
proof of
receipts.
her being there.
Yeah.
But the thing, I was like, I had some unanswered questions for myself. But those unanswered questions has nothing to do with what happened. It's just trying to just put some pieces that I felt maybe she might have left out. But the main piece was the rape itself. And she said before she got into her room, they came up to her and said the band wants to have sex with, spend the night with her.
Yeah, wait. So Wale, can you just, because Onyade doesn't know the details.
So there was a private party years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, in 2018.
Somewhere in, I think, Banana Island or somewhere, or somewhere on the island or Eco Atlantic somewhere. And the band was there and performing everything. Now, she knows somebody in the band's crew.
Yeah.
And obviously, so they got
a girl, right?
It's a guy.
Oh, it's a guy. Okay.
So they invited her to the event. Being at the event, obviously, they invite girls, pretty girls. They want to, just whatever. The event is over. They all go back to the hotel. She has a room in the hotel. However she has a room, she has a room.
Yeah, it wasn't. She didn't book the room.
Didn't book the room.
I think her friend.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it might be the guy.
Okay, the guy.
So this was the part that I felt like I wanted her to answer, but it has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But either way, she had a room in the hotel.
Yeah.
As she's about to get into the room, the guy walks up to her and says, "Hey, the band wants to spend the night with you." So obviously,
so the only guy is a guy.
I can't remember the name, but it's a guy.
So I remember she had said someone's name was Onyi that she had called. I just assumed it was a girl.
Maybe she called someone, but the story I saw was a guy that she knows.
Yeah.
Came to tell her. Maybe I'm missing it as a girl, but somebody came to tell her and said, "Hey, the band wants to spend the night with you."
I saw that part.
That person works for the band, or used to at the time, and she said she's not interested. Now, my thing is they probably invited her solely because of that,
of the band.
And she wasn't trying to do it, but
These
obviously
things happen.
she went out to just enjoy herself.
Yeah.
So she said no, which she has every right to say, and she went into her room. She says she sleeps naked. She's like in the middle of the night, locked doors, everything. She wakes up to the band fingering her.
Yeah.
In her room in the dark. And when she's like, trying to raise, like, what the hell? He's saying, look, you're not a kid.
Yeah.
You know what's going on here. And then he proceeds to rape her. So she said when that happened, she came out looking for an apology from him. He didn't apologize. She messaged, I think it's the guy. She messaged the guy too at one point, trying to get him to just kind of verify it and say, what happened was online and everything. And that one kind of just a little took his hand out of the situation in a way, or whatever the screenshot was. Yeah. Now, she says she's been going by.
No, you missed one part. Then at one point, one of the guys, I don't know if it's the same guy, gave her $100 to just keep her quiet.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That was another part.
So I didn't even see that.
$100, just give her $100.
But either way, so
part.
eventually she's kind of been asking for an apology, not money. Then this whole rape in Nigeria thing happened.
It happened.
And the band decides to be an advocate for rape. Coming out with his tweets and his support for it. And this girl is like, so I guess when the attention came to her, she's like, this nigga, like, for real? So she came out and said, all right, at this point,
and now she gave her
I
full
need
story.
you to come out and give me a public apology.
Yeah.
And, and now he's trying to die it down. Yeah. And unfortunately, this is going to be hard.
It's only, and the reason why this is important is because there's apparently a rape epidemic in Nigeria.
There is.
They apparently the Nigerian state governors they came together and they declared a state of emergency on rape following a spate of sexual violence. This was on CNN.
The stats was
the governors of 36 states have resolved to declare a state of emergency. Apparently, there's a stat out there. It's
a crazy stat.
They said violence against women is a daily reality in Nigeria, where 25% of girls have experienced sexual violence before the age of 18, compared with 10% of boys. And this is according to a 2014 UNICEF study.
But
so there's actually a study
but you
behind
see,
it.